during Hispanic Heritage Month. O-negative blood is the most commonly used because it is the universal donor, and 66% of the Hispanic population is type O. Hispanic donors are more likely to be a match with Hispanic patients. Make sure you do your part for your community by finding your nearest blood mobile or center. Visit lifesouth.org for more information. Hasta pronto.
Hurricane Maria left Puerto Rico in ruins. They need our help. The office of Dr. Juan Jordan is asking the public to help with non-perishable food, lanterns, battery-operated fans, diapers, insect repellent, etc. Drop-off sites include Dr. Jordan's office in Lady Lake, Country Oaks Veterinary Clinic in Summerfield, Forest High School, and Golden Ocala Tennis. For more information, contact Dr. Jordan's office at 352-633-0473, and thank you. Robin, October is pork month.
Does that mean we can really ham it up?
Yes, like we don't already. It's just an excuse for everyone to indulge in all their favorites like ham sandwiches, ham salad, and...
I know where we will be eating a lot this month. Honey Baked Ham and Cafe on Southwest 27th Avenue behind Best Buy.
Hey, while we're there, we can order our holiday meals. You know, they even cater for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, now is the time to order. We don't want to miss out on the special sides and desserts. Honey Baked Ham, the world's best ham.
Except for Larry.
25 minutes before 8 o'clock. All right, the phone lines are open. If you want to call in, the number is 622-9622. If you are usually driving north to Gainesville from here, heading up on 441, you're going to not be wanting to take that route. The northbound lanes are closed because of flooding. They said the Star Banner says a levee broke up there, and so the northbound lanes are closed on 441. So you got to take the interstate.
Wow.
Is there another route other than the interstate 441? Those are the only two routes, right?
Yeah. Well, you could go up 301 and you'd be going east, and then when you get to what is it? There's road 24 or 26, then you would turn left.
Okay.
Then you would turn west, and then
So
you can get there that way. It'll go to Main Street.
I-75 also says heavy traffic in the area due to US 441 northbound in Paynes Prairie for flooding. So, in other words, the flooding has caused the people who normally avoid the interstate to be on the interstate. And so now the Highway Patrol also has a heavy traffic warning. So don't go north on 441 unless your destination is south of Paynes Prairie. Mm-hmm. And if you're heading north on I-75, I guess be careful and leave early, because it sounds like there's a lot of traffic on the thing right now on the interstate. So that would apply to Galen because he goes that way, and that would apply to my son because he heads up north on that route. I wonder if Alex, my son, or Galen ever use 441. I think Galen sometimes does.
I think so, maybe to break it up a little bit.
That's what I know. That's the kind of the way I am too. You know, in a way, I don't really know, because I don't know exactly where. Well, I know where Life South is, but I guess I just can't picture. I think I-75 is actually a longer distance because it goes west a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. 441 goes right into the heart of Gainesville, so
yeah.
But sometimes I-75 is quicker because it's 75 miles per hour, not 55 miles per hour, right?
That's right, exactly.
All right, let's look at the news. The phone lines are open if you want to call in, 622-9622. Please don't hesitate to call if you have something you want to say that is not a topic that we brought up. This is pretty much the best time of day for us to kind of chat, and I know it's only 25 minutes, but it's good. I mean, we do it every day, so that's not just 25 minutes. You know what that is? That's 125 minutes a week. That's pretty good.
That is.
125 minutes a week. Law enforcement officials are still gathering information today about the gunman who opened fire at the Country Music Festival in Las Vegas. The number of dead now, 59. The number of wounded, 527. Authorities identified the shooter. As you probably know, Stephen Craig Paddock was 64 years old. They say he was an avid gambler and a resident of Mesquite, Nevada. There's also a story that he had ties to Central Florida, and in fact a brother who lives near the University of Central Florida. The brother must be younger because he said he's known his brother for 57 years. That must be his age, I guess. Authorities say Paddock had at least 23 weapons in his hotel room.
My God.
23. City, religious,
My
and
God.
public safety leaders joined mourners at various vigils in Las Vegas to grieve for the lives cut short in the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Oh, wow. Just a horrible, horrible story.
It is horrible. And how did he get all of those guns in the room? He couldn't have squashed them in regular looking suitcases, so he must have found secret ways to get in there.
There was an explanation given to that, and I'm not an expert on this, but here's what they say. What's the hotel called? Oh gosh.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
But anyway,
Yeah,
it's it's used for conventions. There are more than one conventions going on there at any given time. And as you know, if you're a part of a convention, you probably have lots of stuff that you're loading into the hotel. Mm-hmm. That's the explanation.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't unusual for, like a normal hotel, people, have a couple bags. Mm-hmm. But a hotel that has lots of conventions regularly sees people with containers and large cartons and just things on wheels. And
Oh, yeah,
they're
that's
just
right.
loading lots of stuff. So they're explaining
Exactly.
it. They're explaining it that way.
Okay, I got it.
President Trump will visit Puerto Rico today for the first time since Hurricane Maria devastated the island last month. Trump's visit comes amid growing tensions between the administration and local Puerto Rican officials. By the way, if Trump heard me reading this, he would say that's slanted news. I know he would say that because I read him saying that on other news things.
Oh.
I mean, he thinks, well, and I'm not saying that's not, I'm not saying it is either. The war of words seems to have led to an uptick in donations to help some storm-battered region. No, it didn't. It's not the debate between oh my gosh. See how they slanted this story?
Yeah, exactly.
People are helping because people need help. Don't try to say that the reason people are donating is because there's a feud between the president and the mayor of San Juan.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that.
No.
People are giving because people are giving. That's it.
No.
Why do they do that? They make it seem like, you know what, they wouldn't have given if it wasn't for that argument. Well, then be thankful for the argument.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my gosh. This is how news is written these days, by the way.
And we had that story in News Bites yesterday. There was this engineering firm, and they were going to send 50, that was based in Puerto Rico, but they were going to send 50 of their guys that were working outside of Puerto Rico into Puerto Rico, and they weren't going to wait for the government red tape. They weren't going to ask permission from the Puerto Rican governor. They just, brought in the guys and said, here you go, this is what we have to do, and they brought the guys in. They didn't even ask for permission from the governor. So people are doing it because they want to help. I hate that kind of slant.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, guys.
How you doing, Hugh?
Pretty good, thank you. See that the shooter in Vegas, he was staying, I believe, called the
Mandalay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he had been there several days before the shooting, and before he went up and started the shooting, he was a big winner in their gambling hall.
I heard he was gambling a lot. I heard he was a millionaire, too.
Yeah, he had won a pretty good amount of money about an hour before he started shooting, and the guy was a multi-millionaire, had a couple of airplanes, and it's unbelievable. A person, in that situation with all the wealth, and he enjoyed gambling and I don't know. It's hard to figure out why a guy would do that.
Yeah. What if he didn't do it? Like, what if he was like a patsy or something? Like somebody killed him, and then went up to his room, loaded the place with guns. I'm being a conspiracy theorist here. But I mean, what if somebody didn't? What if somebody set him up? It's possible.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, the brother seems to think that there was no way he would have done this. The brother in Central Florida.
It's always a shame that whoever does these things, he probably usually commits suicide because you're never going to find really what happened.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know. It's just a crazy story.
He was approximately about 3 football fields away from where the concert was being held, but those bullets will travel well over a mile. I mean, that the distance has nothing to do with it, And I believe he had telescope on one of his rifles, and there was no way shooting to a crowd of 21,000 people you're going to miss anybody,
Well, he had cameras set up to take. They say I don't know how they know what he wanted to take pictures of. To take pictures of the rescue workers coming to get the injured and the dead.
And then he was going to shoot them.
That's what they say. Yeah, maybe shoot them too. I don't know. But
it's interesting how they found out which room he was in, because with all the machine gun fire and that, the smoke detector went off. And when they got up to that floor, they knew right away which room was, because it was whistling real loud, So that's where they blew the door down. And of course, he was dead at that point.
Plus, there was no balcony. He literally broke the window out in order to do it.
Yeah.
He said he had a hammer. He had a big hammer, they said.
Well, he had guns, too. He could shoot it. If he's going to shoot a gun, might as well shoot the window out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, this is a head scratcher. Thank you, Hugh.
Disturbing.
It's a sad story. Thank you. Well, the accuracy part of what Hugh was just talking about is, I wondered about that too, only because I wondered if he wasn't aiming at the performers. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned this yesterday. I'm not a gun expert. Maybe somebody out there who is can fill me in on this. If you're that far away and 32 stories up, mm-hmm. regardless of how your equipment is, you've got to be pretty good. You've got to be a trained sniper or something.
Yeah, you have to be.
So if he was shooting at the stage, is it possible that 3 football fields' length of time would cause that bullet to fall short of its target? Mm-hmm. And therefore, that's why that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like a machine gun going off, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The way it sounded in the audio.
Yeah, he wasn't picking people off. He was just shooting everybody that happened to be in that area. Yeah.
What a pig. What a pig. I mean, what a pig.
And now his brother's statement that we heard on the news yesterday, I don't know where he could have got, how he could have gotten the guns. Well, if he's a millionaire, he can get anything.
Yes.
He can get anything, and there won't be any trace. So that brother knows more than what he's saying.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
He knows more than what he's saying.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, Larry and Robin.
Hey, Frank.
It's called spray, Larry. That's what a machine gun does.
Oh.
And if you're aiming that at a mass of people, he can tell where his bullets are going, and he can correct that. And you don't miss a mass with a machine gun.
Well, okay.
Wow.
But he did not hit the stage at all.
He didn't have to be accurate. He had just to point it in the general direction. The machine gun take care of the rest of it.
That part I kind of knew, but I'm just wondering if it's possible that he was aiming at the stage and missed.
Mm-hmm. Because it was people in front of the stage.
That I would not know.
Because the people who he hit were in front of the stage. So he was falling. If he was aiming at the stage, he was missing his mark by a little bit.
Yeah, it was falling.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Larry Robin.
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, so the spray, that's it. Okay, I remember that.
All right, let's take a little break and we'll be right back.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnecttoucf.com. Bicycles are great fun. You see nature up close. You get no impact exercise. The possibilities are endless. You could start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident on this Tuesday. Times of clouds and sun with a stray shower. It'll be rather windy, too. The afternoon high 83 to 87. Breezy too tonight with partly cloudy skies. There'll be more clouds and a couple of showers along the coast. Low 69 inland, 78 along the coast. For Wednesday, clouds, some sun and breezy with a shower and thunderstorm around the high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, Gorgeous.
11 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking Tuesday, huh? Looks pretty nice out there, huh?
Yeah.
So remember the story? There was an old lady who swallowed a fly.
Oh, yeah, that was a good story.
I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I guess she'll die. She swallowed a spider to catch the fly. Mm-hmm. And then it goes on and on and on from there. Well, my house is like that little old lady, okay? because I had a fly in there, and it was like, come on now. And then, boom, I got him. Thank you, ma'am.
There you go.
And then I see another one. Come on. What are you, a clone? Are you twins? Are you the reincarnation of the first guy? How quickly does it take a fly to be reincarnated to become another fly? Mm-hmm. So I kill this one, too. Boom! Guess what I see? Another one. So I say, you know what? I'm not even worried about it. And then I turn on the light. Well, a different light. And a gigantic spider. I am not kidding. A gigantic spider crawls on the wall sideways, on the wall, the way I would run on the floor, except he's faster than me. But he's sideways.
Yeah.
And he runs just far enough. Fast. Mm-hmm. Just far enough for me not to be able to hit him, which I wouldn't anyway. My hand would have been full of gook, because I'm sure he's a big gooky guy inside of that body.
Yeah, probably.
And he stops and he looks at me. And he says, you're not going to do to me like you did to the fly.
Yeah, you took away his lunch.
And so then I looked for something to hit him with,
mm-hmm.
and all I could find was my guitar. And so I didn't do that because I thought that wouldn't be good.
No.
And then when I went back, he was gone. And I said, okay. He ran toward my bedroom.
Oh.
So now it's time for bed.
Yeah.
I take the blankets and I flip them and flip them and flip them. Because I don't care if he's in the room, just don't be in the bed.
Yeah.
And he was huge. He was gigantic. There's news you can use.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get back to real news. All right, highway, I need to mention this a few times. If you heard me mention it already, don't say, Larry, you're repeating yourself. I have to repeat myself because the listening audience on the radio show changes. You just got in your car? You didn't. Okay.
Exactly.
So Highway 441, US 441, is closed at Paynes Prairie. So if you're heading north toward Paynes Prairie, you're not going to be able to go that way because it's closed. There's one southbound lane open. So if you want to see all that water, go to Gainesville and head south and go through that one lane. It is amazing how much water is out there right now. That used to be a lake.
Yeah.
We saw old pictures in the museum up there. Mm-hmm. The Paynes Prairie, is it a state park?
I think so.
There's a park.
Park.
The Paynes Prairie Park has a museum in it.
And campground. And
a little
really
tiny
nice.
museum. There's a face, a death mask, whatever you call it, from Osceola.
Yeah.
When Chief Osceola died, they did a cast of his face, and that cast, or at least a replica of that cast, is in that museum. It's
pretty cool.
Kind of cool. You can touch his nose.
Yeah, you can look at him.
Kind of weird. But anyway, in that museum, they have some artwork, and it shows Paynes Lake. Mm-hmm. And Paynes Lake used to be I don't know how deep it could have been, because it's not very... Like right now, it's kind of a lake because of the water.
Yeah.
But they used to have paddle boats on it, according to this painting. And people used to cross that lake with a paddle boat.
It was amazing.
It's not a steamboat.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine that, right?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
Well, it must have been deeper than it is now when it floods, I'm guessing.
I would think so. And they have an observation tower there. You can look out, and if you're lucky, you can see the horses or the buffalo.
If the buffalo are still there.
Yeah.
They were going to castrate the males, remember?
Exactly. And the horses, too.
And they weren't going to kill them. They were just going to prevent them from being able to reproduce so that they would die off. All right, let's see. The Major League Baseball playoffs begin today with the New York Yankees hosting the Minnesota Twins in the American League wild card game. Luis Severino starts for the Yankees while Irvin Santana, can you tell I'm reading, goes for the Twins. The winner will face the Cleveland Indians in the division series. How about that?
Okay, excellent.
I guess it's a big day. Big day.
It is a big day.
The Supreme Court today has a big day. They will hear arguments in the case challenging the time-honored tradition of drawing political districts for partisan advantage, also known as gerrymandering. We've had our share of that right here in Central Florida.
Yeah.
Today's case comes from Wisconsin, but about 1/3 of the districts drawn for Congress and state legislatures could be affected if the justices strike down the maps. In 3 previous landmark cases, the High Court declined to define how much gerrymandering of districts is too much. Justice Anthony Kennedy, who could be the deciding vote, has indicated in the past that he is open to the idea of a judicial standard to help rein in redistricting.
Yeah. Yep. You shouldn't do a district because of a person's party or their race or their creed.
And they say they don't. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They say, no, we didn't do that. That's not what we did. Mm-hmm. And then the other party says, yes, you did.
Exactly. Bicker. Back and forth.
The former chairman and CEO of Equifax is expected to be grilled by Congress today when he testifies on the company's catastrophic cybersecurity breach. Richard Smith will appear before a panel of the House Energy and Commerce Committee on last month's breach, which estimated in the theft of credit data for an estimated 145.5 million Americans.
Yeah, that was
If
really
my name is on there, the bad guys got to my part. And they crossed it out. They said, forget this guy.
Yeah.
145.4 million now. We're down a little bit.
That's right. They're calling out the people.
At least $100 million a year would be set aside for Florida Forever, the state's most prominent land preservation fund, under a measure filed by Senator Rob Bradley, a Republican from Fleming Island, Robin.
Nice.
Where your brother, he doesn't live there, your nephew goes to school there.
Yeah, he graduated there.
Did go to school there, sorry.
Yeah, he graduated this year.
Bradley's proposal, which is Senate Bill 370 for those taking notes, would annually designate a portion of the state's Land Acquisition Trust Fund for the Florida Forever program, which in the past received as much as $300 million a year, but for nearly a decade has fallen out of favor among lawmakers. One of the distributors of medical marijuana is pushing the Florida Department of Health to allow cannabis patients to eat their medicine. Certera Wellness announced yesterday that its Florida affiliate has filed a petition with the state to open up the market to edible products such as chocolates and cookies.
Oh, nice.
I guess that would work if it's medicine and you put it in. Why don't they put other medicine in cookies?
There you go.
Why is it just marijuana that goes in cookies?
Well, because that was, from the very beginning. It was marijuana and cookies and brownies, and everybody had a good time.
Yeah, but why, like for children, for example, you go, here, this is your pill. Why don't they make it? You know what? Why haven't they done this all along?
Well, they tried the Flintstones vitamins and the gummy bears.
Didn't that work?
Yeah, it works. It works. I think now they're going to start doing it.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Larry and Robin, it's Mark calling.
Hi, Mark calling.
Hey, hi, Mark calling. Robin, I just wanted to call and say that I agree with you on, unfortunately, on the brother. In my opinion, the brother of the shooter, he just seemed to be kind of dramatic about not knowing anything. And then as he did a couple more interviews, or one other interview, it looks like, he said, well, my brother did have a gun, but he never pulled the gun, and he's never even pulled a gun on anyone, or so. He said some comment like that. I thought, that's
really
interesting, from really not knowing anything to that. And then in the end, he has 60 guns. I would say, though, Robin and Larry, that what little I've heard about it, that the federal firearms license, which allows a person to have an automatic weapon, which would be military grade, which you don't have to have any military experience to be in possession of a federal firearms license. Is a pretty extensive thing to have, and I think it's quite expensive. And usually the people I think that are traditionally in possession of those are also, like many times, known weapons dealers. But the one thing I just wanted to say, and I'll get out of your hair, Larry, I don't know if either one of you guys have read, but the foundation of the Second Amendment, I'm not calling to make any suggestions, but it's really traced back to a state law which came from a neighboring state, Georgia. And the state of Georgia, its main business was crops and agriculture, and so the people that did that work were slaves for the first 200 years. So the Georgians had a mandatory law that all citizens in the state of Georgia, regardless if you were a lawyer or a laborer or a painter, regardless of whatever your business was and being, you had to belong to the Fugitive Slave Army.
That's interesting.
And that's where the Second Amendment comes out of that state law, by the way.
I hear what you're saying.
So slavery is really the foundation of the Second Amendment.
I hear,
and it was actually.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Mark. I'm not being rude. I just we have to run. But I think what you're saying is that we need to be able to defend ourselves, but sometimes people take it too far, and I wouldn't disagree with that. All right, thank you, Mark. I appreciate your call. We'll be right back.
Casting from the Paddock Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Hospitals in Las Vegas are full of people hurt in Sunday night's massacre at a country music festival. 527 shot or injured trying to get away, with 59 people dead. The gunman, Stephen Paddock, killed himself, and we don't know why he did what he did. Police searched his home in Mesquite, Nevada.
They found 19 guns.